Hey, welcome back to another episode from Life for Living Well. My name is Richard, and I will be your anchor for this particular message. Before I dive into the message I have for this week, let's quickly look at what is available on the community website. So, if you really like to know what this community does and what thing you could take or learn from it, whether the books that the members of the community have read and reviewed and published on the website, or if you like to see some of our free books that are available on the website that could be very helpful for your own personal growth, you can check it out on our website at www.lifeforlivingwell.com. And if you like to write to me or you would like to be the first to get the article that we release every week before the podcast, you can also submit your email by sign up, and then you will always get the article every time we publish it. We do publish once a week. And let's dive into the topic we have for this week. And the topic is do not be afraid. If you are already following this community or you're part of this community, you know how we open the message is to take one individual inspiration and use the words to start the message. So for this particular topic, I'm taking from Waldo Emerson and what he said about fear. Do not be afraid. So he put it this way: he who is not every day conquering some fear has not learned the secret of life. So Ralph suggested that secret of life is to learn how to conquer your fear every day. So are you doing this already? And if you are not, so the question is why not? So one of the Hebrew prayer is that the world is a narrow bridge, and but you should not be afraid. And you'll be surprised how often fear has been deter a lot of people to follow their dreams, to build the life that they imagine or wanted to do. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, and fear of shame. Many people are being stay in one particular place for too long and unnecessary. And the fear himself can prevent us to tap into our core skills, our deep need that make us happy. It's so easy to follow others' dreams. It is so easy to led by others when we're afraid to follow our own dreams. And because of this, it is so difficult to understand the role the fear play or how the fear affecting the choices we will make in life. You'll be surprised that because of fear, many people projected hatred towards some other people, whether through the skin of their color or the gender that they have, or even the lifestyle that they chose to have. The fear driving them to conquer hatred toward this individual. And we normally happen in some extreme situation. It can lead to violence and it can even end up putting the individual into jail. So now let's take it to more personal thing on the individual level. rather than the collective level, how the fear could be an obstacle to our life. And we often don't discuss this, especially handle the change. Many people face difficulties in confronting the change. What do? They run away. It's amazing when you walk in the nature, and especially in wintertime, you see a lot of leaves on the floor, and the trees remain calm. And then few months later, you walk in that part again, all the branches of the leaves that on the floor, the trees manage to grow another one because it's a natural cause. Is a way that the tree nature behaves. We as a human being, we also have our own nature. And the only downside is that when the fear is predominantly in our mind, in our life, it mostly sabotages us. So we don't discuss enough the difficulty many faces in handling change, especially sudden change like losing jobs or a loved one. And the question is deep down of each one of us, fear prevents us from confronting, processing, and accepting these changes. So, what will happen when we deny or avoiding it or run away from it? We probably experience stress, anxiety, even worse, depression. And many ancient texts, writers, Stoic philosopher, and even many passages in the scriptures emphasize the importance of bravery, courage, and confronting our fear. The question is, why is that? Perhaps it is because we often don't realize how much inner strength we have until we either forced by circumstance or compelled by our own will to act. So what must happen is you find yourself in a situation that you are not really ready, but you already have the resources within you to handle it. People that thought that you'll be broke, they come on to respect you that the same situation have put you to where you finally find yourself. It is not the place you plan to be, but it's the place you are now loving to be in there because of the circumstances that put you there. What about if you already knew that you have this within you? What about if you know you can never fail? What is it that you wanted to do that the fear is holding you back in terms of progression in your life, in your career, in your relationship? What is it? These are the things that we don't talk about in the society. We don't even ask ourselves this. We look at the others and we emulate, inspire about what they are able to do. But even though we have the resources to do greater things or similar things in our own little world, and in often the time, what is normally, or what you really need is to cross the bridge according to the Hebrews prayer. You'll be okay. So I personally learned this lesson in my early years when resources were scarce and obstacles seemed insurmountable. So what I discovered personally was that the obstacles themselves became the path forward. And every time things that happen that are beyond my control, my memory remember those similar events that trigger the same emotions like fear, worry about the futures, worry about right now, and remember that I was okay. And those feelings also disappeared. And not just me, there's countless people have achieved success or find glory by overcoming fear. So I'm imploring you to be more alert, awake when you meet these people. Have the courage to ask them questions. What role fear play in shaping their achievement? And you'll be surprised, it's often transformative. It's not a written clear guide that if you do this, this will happen. Sometimes it's the wind, it's the situation, it's the change that transported them to the next phase of their life. It might not be things that they really plan to happen, but it's things that they find themselves in that place and it turned out to be good for them. But remember, they already embrace the change, they embrace the fear, they confront it, not running away from it, not bitter about it. And too often we brought up to focus on the final product. We elevate people based on their status in society alone. We forgot about their struggle. We forgot how they confront their fears. Because every beings have their own fear. So, and if you only focus on the final product, one thing will happen, we will miss a crucial point. And those crucial point is what we need ourselves at one point, at one stage in our life, to cross that bridge. So the process and the struggle that shape the individual who created the life you admire. So my question for you as you listen and watching this podcast, or if you're watching on the YouTube video blog, is what area of your life is being held back by fear? This is a deep question. And it's a question that you probably need to ask a few times before you can get to the place where you satisfy with your response to it. It's a kind of self-discovery question, and we should do it often if you really focus on the kind of growth that's deep. So, is it approaching someone you admire, starting a business, even changing a job, or letting go of resentment, or traveling to a new country? So, what is your fear? If your fear is not in any of this list, write your own list. What is it that you are afraid of? My word to you right now is face your fear. So there are many ways to reduce fear power over you, and I'm going to just cite few. For example, if you fear losing your job, ask yourself, have you built a financial buffer of 3, 6, even 12 months worth of savings? And if you are not doing that, why can't you start doing that right now? Because what will happen to you is if you decided to leave the work, or the work decided to get rid of you or let you go, you'll be, of course, you'll be upset, but you will also realize that it's empowerment for you. And then you will not get stuck, worry about what you have to eat for the next few months. You'll be able to think clear and able to decide on not choosing a job on a desperation, but choose a job that you really want to make a difference. You may have freedom to upskill yourself. It could be that your skill is not enough for the role you're taking, or the business need for that role is dramatically changed and you don't have enough time to pace up, and that is okay. So you could now look and think and decide what you really want to go through, or you want to change career. You can only do that if you have a buffer in place. If you don't, fear, panic, anxiety will draw you down, will have a stronghold on you that could shatter your self-confidence, your self-worth. Do you really want that? Obviously, no. So such a safety net allow you to take time to find a new job or train for a different career without unnecessary stress or anxiety that coming or comes with losing job. And this plan will reduce your worry significantly. And it also prevent you making any rash decisions. So, as I'm bringing this message to the end, fear can also be deeply hidden and unconscious. It can be the reason why you turned down that promotion or you didn't want to do career change because you are so afraid that you may fail. You are so afraid that they won't take you back up. You are so afraid that you have to start from scratch again and might not work out. You have so many thoughts in your mind. Don't let your fear hold you back. Confront your fear, and you will feel liberated at the end of it. It is Wendell that once said, do not die when your music is still on. It means confronting your fear. Don't let the fear or the ideas of others limit what you are capable of. Everyone you meet will offer their own opinion. Listen to it, but don't take it. Appreciate perspective more than the opinion. I hope this message helps someone. Like I said, if you like to follow this community, you can check it out on our website at www.lifeforlivingwell.com. If you also like to know one or two things about this community, you can find it out on our website You can write to us, or you can subscribe to the message, to the podcast, or the video blog. Depends on the platform you listen to us or you're watching us. Until we meet again, please stay safe and have a wonderful week. May your week goes well. Thank you for your time. Ciao.